Hey everyone, this is Angry Sun Theory, and today we are going to be playing Drinking Quest. This is a combination drinking game and tabletop role-playing game created by a guy by the name of Jason Anarchy. He is currently running a Kickstarter for the next chapter in the Drinking Quest series called Journey into Draught. Now good news, this game is already fully funded. In fact, it's already made. As of today, there are 21 days left in the Kickstarter. It is 400% funded, and they are going for one more stretch goal that has been published on the site that'll add a token that will change the game. So if you are interested in this game after watching this video, go over to his Kickstarter page and you can get a physical copy of the next game in the series, as well as you can kick in some more money to get the PDF version of the older games, Drinking Quest Trilogy. And I believe another one of his games, Haiku Quest, is another reward that you can select depending on how much money you give him. So without further ado, let's get to the game and you can decide for yourself how much money you want to give Jason Anarchy, because let's face it, you want to give him some. This is a pretty awesome game. If you like Cards Against Humanity or just role-playing games in general, this is a really good bargain. Especially because it's Canadian dollars, so it's not real money anyway. And joining me once again is my wife, Kate, because, well, we all know that drinking alone is a sign of successful and popular people, but, well, she wanted to join in, so I decided to let her. Alright, so, according to the rules, the first thing we do is select characters. Kate, go ahead and show us who you've selected.
I am Dakarin.
Dakarin, the sorceress. She has decent saving throws, no real strengths or weaknesses there, not great in combat, but every hero gets a special ability. Dakarin's is Hell's Hangover, which is a fireball spell, but they can't call it a fireball spell because maybe Wizards of the Coast would sue them or something. I don't know. But my hero is Malty the Thief. Can we see that okay, or is that glare? I don't know. The real cards, because this is the print-to-play version, the real cards I'm sure look much nicer when you get the physical copy of the game for the Kickstarter. Malty's special ability is to summon a financial advisor that can potentially double the amount of coins that you get from defeating a monster. So the quest we are going to start with is Sober Origins, which seems appropriate. And this is a bonus quest that was included with the Trilogy Edition. So if you already have the original version of Drinking Quest, there's still a benefit to get the Trilogy because you do have this plus Kegaman 2 and another bonus dungeon that's much harder than usual. But we'll start off light, and the only other thing to do before we get into that is tell everyone what we're drinking.
I am drinking Moscato. I have a glass of wine.
Moscato d'Asti, sparkling white Italian dessert wine, because she's classier than me. Now, I was going to get a local beer, one of my favorites, but then I remembered Jason Anarchy is Canadian. So I got something more appropriate. This is Molson. I'm told that this is the only beer that they can get in Canada. This and Labatt Boo, basically. Molson is, of course, a beer brewed using maple leaves and other Canadian ingredients, so we'll be enjoying that in honor of Jason Anarchy and his impressive biceps. So without further ado, let's get started with the first card. And do we roll to see who goes first? 4, 1. Okay. Kate will have the honor of drawing the first card. Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay. So, just this one.
Flip it over.
A Brew Hope.
A Brew Hope. An homage to Star Wars, I hope. Otherwise, it's an obscure reference that I didn't get.
Yeah. So, a period of attempted prohibition. Rebel adventurers striking from a hidden base have won their first victory against the evil, non-indulgent Empire. During the battle, rebel spies managed to steal secret plans to the Empire's ultimate weapon, the Drink Star. Enter through an air shaft and fight a swarm of identically dressed prohibitionists.
Okay. So this is potentially 30 coins into experience. Normally you have the player to your right control the monster, but since there's only the two of us, it's going to be me. Start by rolling initiative. And that's going to be done with the D8.
Right.
You're used to your D20s, I know. That's a 3. And I rolled a 2. So Dakarin gets the first attack. Attacking with a D4. It looks like the drink troopers, do we want to call them? Nice.
4.
Roll of a 4. The prohibitionists only have 3 hit points. So that means just like that, enemies are defeated.
Kill the prohibitionists.
That seems like the appropriate thing to do in this game. So that's 30 coins and 2 experience. That goes on the pile. Okay, so that is an early lead for you because the point of the game is to get the most experience points. So she already has 2, so she's got a leg up immediately. She doesn't even have to touch that Moscato yet, although she'd probably like to.
Eventually.
Another combat card, so this should be interesting. You wrestle this Viking blowhard in arm wrestle. He's a poor sport and decides to engage you in a one-on-one fight to the death. If you can defeat this horn-headed hothead, you gain a bottle of Viking mead. This works like a bellow ale, but brings you back with all of your hit points. Which would be nice if I can defeat him. This guy has 5 hit points, defense of 1. So let's start with initiative.
6.
And a 5, so the Viking rolls first, D4 plus 1. Alright, 2 damage, so I'm down to 5 hit points. My turn. Also rolling D4 plus 1. That's 2 plus 1, but it cancels out by his defense, so he is down to 3 hit points. Viking turn.
3.
3 plus 1. I am down to 1 hit point. So in order to win, I'm going to have to roll a 3 or a 4 on this roll. Otherwise, it's pretty much guaranteed that I'm going to have to be chugging some of your wonderful Canadian beer. That's a 4, so...
No chugging.
No chugging yet. That is 30 coins and 2 experience for me, and I get to write down the Viking mead. So Kate is up to 89 coins, and I am up to 80 coins, so it's time to show you another aspect of Drinking Quest, and that is the shop. As you can see here, there are different items, weapons for each hero, and the Drinking Quest Trilogy has made it so you can actually play all 12 heroes in any of these quests. But there's also the ability to get armor, bellow ale, which acts as a healing potion, which I don't need because I still have the Viking mead. There's also a house rule saying I can spend 5 experience to make somebody else drink. I won't do that. I like my experience. But I do see a helmet or breeches, as well as a belt. 3 items that can give you +1 to your defense. So I guess I'm going to go with the breeches, spend 75 coins, leaves me with 5, and gives me my damage reduction. Alright, initiative first.
That is a floor die.
It landed on 5.
I'll take it.
Okay, so Dakarin gets the first attack roll.
Okay. Give me
Mighty
a 4. Give me a 4.
D4.
Give me a 4. I got a 2.
That's a 2. Defensive 2 gets reduced to 0. So if the 20-sided death roll is anything higher than a 2,
2.
That's a 4.
And I'm dead.
But you have the option of chugging your drink in order to res your character at full hit points. Just means you get the no coins, no experience. What do you think? You got your Moscato?
Bottoms up.
This is, of course, the classy way to drink wine. All at once. You have been on a long quest, smell pretty bad. You need to find a place to shower or something, but your repugnant scent lures a powerful garbage elemental. D6 plus 1 is definitely nasty. I don't have a lot of attack power either, so whittling away those 8 hit points is going to be problematic.
Yeah. 5.
And a 3, so the Pathfinder... It has a D6 plus 1, so this is pretty much guaranteed to drop me. Go ahead and roll it anyway.
I rolled a 2.
That's 3 damage. I've got my defense, but I only have 1 hit point. So that means my character uses the Viking mead, and that's gone. I'm back up to 7, and the battle continues. So, rolling d4 plus 1. That's a 2, so that deals 3 damage, and the Pathfinder, or the Garbage Elemental, is down to 5 hit points. His turn.
Another 2.
So that brings me down to 5. That is a 3, so that is 4 damage. He still has 1 hit point. And I'll be fine as long as he doesn't roll a 6, I think.
And he didn't.
He rolled a 1, so 1 plus 1 minus 1 is 1. I'm down to 4 hit points, but this should finish him off.
Yep.
That is another 4 damage, and the Garbage Elemental goes down. I gain 35 coins and 2 experience.
Yay!
She's happy for me. You can tell by that. There's a smile. She kind of forced it, but it's there. So it is the start of Kate's turn, and you are going to do what?
I am going to sell my withered staff for half of its value, and then I'm going to buy the girly drink staff.
After making tasty drinks garnished with lemons, the wizard in your party got a little too smashed and cast powerful spell on the lemons. Time to put an end to the lemon party. Do not Google that. Just roll for initiative.
5.
And 4. So Dakarin gets to attack with her new staff.
So I rolled a 1 plus 1.
So
now.
Lemons go down to 8 hit points. Alright. Lemon's turn, only attacking with D4. They rolled a 3. So Dakarin down to 4 hit points. Her turn.
3 plus 1.
So that's another 4 hit points gone.
So
Lemons down to 4. Attack roll for the lemons. That's a 2. So that drops you by another 2 hit points. I believe you're at 2 now.
I'm at 2 now. On lemons. 3.
3 plus 1, 4, and that defeats the lemons. That was harder than it should have been to defeat a pile of lemons.
Well, when you're drunk.
These things happen. Alright, 20 coins and 3 more experience for Dakarin.
Woot.
An enthusiastic young goblin wants to join you in your quest. You can let him join and he will fight for you until he loses his hit points. He attacks a second time after you attack and loses any hit points that your main hero loses. Cannot be healed, or you could defeat him now, crushing his enthusiasm, stealing his coins and experience. Now, with that lemon fight, Kate's character just went up to 8 experience, and I only have 7. So I'm currently tailing her, and I kind of need to crush this goblin if I want to win this quest.
Plus, there's no more quests for him to be your sidekick on. This is the last card in the deck.
Right. This is a nice, helpful sidekick card if this was drawn early in the deck, but as of right now, I don't believe he persists from quest to quest. So I'm going to go ahead and roll initiative on this guy.
8.
And a 3. So the helpful sidekick gets to make the first attack with a mighty D4 minus 1.
That's a 3 minus 1 for 2.
And reduced to 1 thanks to my shiny pants. Don't laugh at my shiny pants. Still got my base weapon, which is D4 plus 1. So if I roll a 3 or better, that's all I need. And it's a 2. So that deals 3 damage, and he's still at 1 hit point.
Which means he can attack again.
Yes, he can.
But he doesn't do any damage.
That's a 1 minus 1 reduced to 0. Now we've got damage reduction. Does that reduce it to a plus 1? Do I heal a hit point?
I don't think it works that way.
Why not?
Because it doesn't.
I tried. Alright, so this is pretty much the end of the goblin.
Bye-bye, goblin.
3 damage, and that is the end of the helpful sidekick, so I gain 60 coins and 3 experience. That is the end of the Sober Origins deck. Only one of us wound up chugging because the game is designed to be a light drinking game, and they don't tell you what you have to drink. You can stay within your tolerance on it. So possibly in another video, we'll go ahead and try out one of the other quests that are on offer.
Sounds good.
Each episode in Drinking Quest Trilogy consists of 4 quests, and normally the adventure path is 4 decks of 12 cards, which again, you don't have to do all in one night. You can pace yourself. In fact, you should. But since Kate had to drink and I didn't, I did win that particular deck with 10 experience points to your 7, but I'm going to go ahead and drink the Molson anyway.
Penalty drink.
It's a penalty if you're drinking a Canadian beer, I think. I mean, I haven't been to Toronto. I don't know what their microbrews are, but Molson I'm not looking forward to. But again, thanks to Jason Anarchy for getting in touch with me on Twitter and Kickstarter. It's been a pleasure playing this. I'm looking forward to getting the physical edition and playing this a lot more with friends. But for now, this one's for you.
Chug, chug, chug.
So yeah, thanks again for watching. If you want more, leave comments, leave likes. Like I said, we'll probably be playing this more whether we video it or not. But if you want to see us put ourselves through bad Canadian beer for the sake of entertainment, we'll be more than happy to. Thanks again, and drink responsibly.